better so I won't get fined.
We talking about practice.
Come see me. I'm about that.
If it's gonna be an interview, I'm gonna conduct it. So I'll answer my own questions.
Check. This is IAA Daily. I'm here with the host of the show. I'm just introducing this segment, Kayla Nicole Brown. We got Bezo out in Chicago, Kayla out in LA, and we take our stream to another part of the country, and that is DC, because we're sitting down with one of the top dogs, big dogs in the NFL right now. B-Rob, what's up, brother? How you feeling?
Great, man. You can see from the smile on my face, man. I feel good. I feel good about everything.
Well, you're fresh off the massage table, and we only have a few minutes with you, so we're going to jump right into it. Let's talk about that, man. We ain't doing that. We're not doing that right now. Don't laugh. Don't smile. As a running back in the NFL, how long does it take for you to recover? Talk to us about this part of the NFL season, how much of a grind it is.
On average, I think, from the time the game ends, you need at least that full Monday and Tuesday, at least, it's just, strictly recovery, in order to be able to hit the ground running on Wednesday, and you kind of, go by your normal routine then. So you need at least two full days. I think, if you play the way I play, and I play hard, I play physical, I hit from the time I step on the field to the time I leave. So, I have stuff going on, all around my body, stuff that people will never see. So, I think at least 2 full days, to fully get your body and your feet back under you.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, so I know you went to Alabama, and what it was D Harris and Najee Harris. How was that for you? I know them being two top backs, and then you coming behind them. How was that? Like, was it times where you was like, man, you know what, man, I want to go somewhere else, or was that like motivation for you?
Everything about being in that running back room was motivation. From the time that I signed to that school, I knew what I was going into. I knew I was going to the best school in the country, one of the most competitive schools, and I knew that how competitive that room was. Before I signed that paper. So anything I start, I'm all about finishing. Even though I feel like my back was up against the wall a few years when I wasn't quite getting the opportunity, but I trusted the process. It might sound so bland, but until you have to go and do 5 full years, in that system, just wait your turn and just make the most of it.
Yeah.
It just taught me a lot.
Yeah, and it's crazy, right? Because like now, you came from Alabama, one of the top schools, right? And everybody, Alabama. Everybody want to know behind the scenes of Alabama. Like, what was harder, being in the league or being in Alabama?
That's a good question.
I'm gonna have to say being at Alabama, only because it being in the league, it's my job to play football. Being at Alabama, you got to manage, competing with guys on that level, on the football field, and then still having to manage the school part and just make sure that you, staying disciplined above like all your work and stuff like that. I think that what made it hard, just trying to compete and also trying to like balance
Being a
school.
student athlete.
Me also being a local kid trying to balance out the fact that I got my city right here, and it was just a lot, to balance, and it made me the man I am, honestly.
What's the toughest
Speaking of
part
Alabama, too.
Oh, go ahead,
baby.
Kayla. Go ahead.
Well, just speaking of Alabama, a team that knows how to win. I know that you tweeted recently that I'm extremely positive that nobody wants to win more than I do. So I was curious, what do you think the secret ingredient is that requires you to win, but also, to turn a franchise around like you guys are doing?
Like you said, like I'm extremely familiar with winning. I play under several different coaching styles as far as like offensive coaches, coaches that's coaches in the league now or new head coaches at college teams, And I just take everything that I learned from all those different people, like Kiffin and Brian Dable and Bill O'Brien, and just all those different people, and you know, just it just taught me different styles of playing the game and just how you can use your personnel to just attack people. And it's not about being fancy. It's literally just about knowing your personnel and just allowing them to just maximize their abilities. And I feel like the more our organization here understands that, the more that they will continue to, just push us, to be our best.
Bro, let's talk about that. How y'all go from being one of the worst? I gotta say it like this. I'm sorry, bro. Y'all was one of the worst in the NFL for a couple of years, bro. It was a disaster there, and especially last year, y'all was last in the division, and now you guys are in second, and y'all playing some amazing ball. What was the thing that turned things around? Because outside looking in, nobody would have thought y'all would be rolling like this.
I think first and foremost, I had to give it hats off to just the coaching structure and in general. That makes a huge difference. Because you gotta influence your team. You gotta make them want to play for you. And I think the coaching shift and the shift of the routine has really helped us in the locker room and just make us feel like we're cared for. In a great way, and they show that all the time, and it just make us just want to go out and just play hard for them. How you feel like you're getting treated a certain type of way, and you just want to give everything back to just show your appreciation.
Totally
I
invested.
feel like that's how I feel.
Is there an example you can give us on the difference between the old regime and this year's regime?
I think it's just the general stuff, like just making sure that everyone is being coached the same way, and just not leaving any elephants in the room, just being stand up about everything in the way that the coaches speak to us, and they be straight up about anything that's going on, so that nobody is confused about nothing that's going on. Everybody knows exactly what's going on and what to look for. And I think that's the perfect reassurance that people need in this game.
What's the possibilities for you guys, right? Like, you guys are second in the division. Who would have thought Jayden Daniels would come in and ball the way he's balled? Like, what's the possibilities, bro? What are y'all talking about in the locker room in these team meetings when y'all talk about y'all season, y'all talk about y'all future?
Even after losing 3 games straight, I'm telling guys like, bro, like, keep y'all head up. We are a great team. We just gotta start back playing like it, and it's all self-inflicted. We know our potential, and I go and talk to Jay, and I'm like, man, we good. We just gotta play better. It's
Right.
nothing. Nobody needs to, pep talk us, or we don't need to do anything different except play our game better. And guys just been working, putting extra work in, just making sure that they're locked in on all the small details when it comes to game planning. And I see that shift of focus in the building. I feel like guys know the importance of this time in the season, and they know, like, even coming off a 3-game slump, how important it is to get back on track.
I got 2 questions for you before Bezo jump in here. One, when did you know that this team was good, right? Like, y'all went from bottom, y'all wasn't that good last year, to where you're like, oh no, we got to stick. So when did you know that? And 2, talk to me about Jayden Daniels. When did you know this dude was for real?
Yeah, Jay. Is that your
I
nickname
knew
for him, Jay?
JD.
Okay, JB.
So
I'm gonna call him that.
when I honestly knew for a fact that we had a great team, obviously, once we kind of put everything together, it was new people signing left and right, new coaches coming in left and right, and that was a whole transition. And once we started getting into camp and competing against each other and just making each other better, and then taking our camp into joint practicing and going up against other teams and just watching how we traveled and competed, with those teams on the road and stuff like that. Just gave me an idea of what we was working towards, and just seeing Jay just automatically just come in and just step right into his shoes. He knew exactly what he was brought here for, and I think he's been doing a great job. He's still growing. You gotta understand, I didn't expect him to be like the man on day one, but like he's showing all the character and traits, just to be that man.
Okay.
Your hot take. You think he's the best QB in your division? Ready, go. Answer quick.
That's deep.
Yes. Yes.
Yes? That's yes. That's confirmed.
Yeah,
Okay.
and there's no shade. There's no shade. There's no shade. Me and Jay Hurst got personal ties. And that's the only other one that I feel like they can go, toe and toe with. And I'm not saying either one is better. I'm going with who I'm going to line up with on Sundays.
The interview has started. Great question, Kayla. What makes him special,
Let's
bro?
get to it.
Yeah, let's get right to it. What makes him special?
What makes him
We only
special?
got a few more minutes. We got about three more minutes.
What makes him
before we go
special
to
is that he's not comfortable with anything. He's not complacent. Like he had a great game, early on in the season when he completed like over 80%, scored like 2 touchdowns, and he was like, "This trash" or something. I'm like I don't know, I don't know what his standard is for himself. I just know it's very high, and he's been a great pro. About how he's handled his business since he's been here, and I think the best thing for me and for us around him is just to make sure that we continue to help him grow. To be the pro he want to be.
Okay. Hey, I want to know, like, when you on those losing teams, and it's just like Debbie Downer, everything just going bad. But when you on those winning teams, like, what is the locker room like? Because I was an energy dude. Like, I was one of them dudes that come in the morning. I got my boombox on, my radio on. You come in, hey, I got everybody going. Like, I know, like the camaraderie, in the locker room. Like, what is that like right now for y'all? Like, is it
Yeah,
real high?
I want people to know after losing 13, 14 games last year, I would really love for guys to just feel how fun it is to win. So when we win, and we gonna have a blast. We gonna turn up. We gonna make sure guys know this is what it's supposed to feel like. And and when we losing and we taking losses back to back to back, like I don't want to see obviously I want guys to keep their heads up and stay positive, but I don't want to see laughing and playing and joking around then I feel like it's not that important. It's not serious to you, because if we lose, and whether I play or not, I'm over there what we can do to be better. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like in a laughing, joking mood, none of that. So winning, everything great, we're gonna have a blast, and that's the standard we want to keep. And when we lose, I want guys to know no, that's not the standard. You shouldn't feel good about it, at all.
So is this team meeting at 12:40 or 12:50? Because I want to know if I gotta land the plane or I can transition to. It's 12:40, so we gotta land the plane.
Yeah, we gotta land the plane. Gotta land the jet. Y'all be on private jet. Y'all
Right, hold on, I got one question.
No, he got 4 minutes.
I know, but I got one question. This is important. No, this is important though, because
look,
this.
you be on private jets. You could just walk up to the pilot yo, man, land in the next city, yo. We gotta land.
No, this is important though for the youth, because you had some tragic that happened in your life.
No, we can't go there right now. You got 4 minutes.
No, this is just advice.
He can give us a nugget.
Listen. I know you went through something tragic in your life, bro, and it was very, it was public. Everybody, seen it or whatever. And you got these young dudes that's coming up in the league, and this situation happened to you when you was young. So what advice, what I'm saying? Because the team, they give you the black trucks and they try to keep you, kind of secure. So what advice can you give to the youth, these younger dudes that's coming in the league, that kind of not, to try to avoid a situation that happened to you?
I would say, always be aware of your surroundings. Whether you feel like you untouchable or not, always be aware of your surroundings. That's the first thing. And second thing, just don't move loud. If you can, move discreet. Get you a truck, get you a driver or something like that. Don't try to drive nice, nice flashy cars and nice in the cities like that. Especially if you're not aware of the crime rates and stuff like that. If you're not aware of new cities and new areas, just move low until you kind of figure things out. And other than that, just stay blessed up. Stay protected at all times.
Well, bro, I appreciate you coming on the show, and you got to run to this team meeting because people don't know that if you're 1 minute late, 30 seconds late, that's $5,000 fine. Look, we're going to have to do this proper, bro. This was our first time doing a virtual interview this year or this season. So we're going to have to pull up on you and do a real sit down. Is that cool?
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Even if y'all pull up on me or I pull up on y'all. Y'all down.
Bet we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it proper, bro. So I appreciate you, man. Go get that 1,000 yards, make it to the playoffs, stay healthy, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks, man.
Sir, yes,
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all. Yes,
All right, love.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Yep. Man, I wish we had more time to go deeper.
I know.
Pause with B-Rob. I mean, there's so much to talk about, and this is some of the things that we'll be leaning more into in 2025. But you have these special people out there with special stories. Like this dude right here, he comes from, the sticks.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes to Alabama and he becomes a household name. And then he makes it to the NFL, and then he becomes a household name, not because of ball, but because of his situation that you wanted to dive into, which we can unpack in a couple of weeks here. And now he's starting to make a name of himself on that field. This is a kid that missed a couple games, Kayla, already still on pace to hit 1,000 yards and over 10 touchdowns. So I'm extremely proud of him. And there's so much more wisdom that he can give us and knowledge. So excited about that. But that's IAA Daily. That was our first sit down virtually with Brian Robinson. Biggest regret.
And then one thing I do regret is I do regret leaving Philadelphia, though. I wish I could have maybe see eye to eye with a certain coach. Things have been different. But you're so young and you don't be knowing, right?
Why do you regret leaving Philly?
I look at all the
because you won a Super Bowl.
That's true, I did. I look at the guys like the Aaron Donalds, good friends of mine, the Larry Fitzgeralds, and we will only recognize them as being Cardinals or Rams. And I had that type of talent. I should have been that, right? And then things worked out for me, obviously, right? I kept doing great things, but to get into some doors of getting some ownership of the team, right? Skipping the line a little bit to be a GM. I want to do that one day. It might have went a better route. I think I'd have been perceived a little bit differently.
Are you ready to rumble? No,
what? Is there a fight or something? What are you talking about?
I mean, if you watch college football this weekend,
that's good. Kayla with another one.
Don't let that go over your head.
Kayla got the best kid. Yo, I see you.
Right hook down. I know y'all caught the end of the Michigan
girl
Ohio
good.
State game on Saturday. Y'all caught the game or no?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
You did.
I ain't watching
You
that.
did.
I seen the fight though. I seen the content on Instagram.
Touche.
Who watching that? Michigan wasn't even good. Didn't they lose the game, Kayla? Ohio State lost.
Ohio State lost.
Okay, let's break it down. Look, Michigan pulled off a really big upset, then decided to celebrate by planting their flag on the Buckeye logo midfield. Obviously, this upsets Ohio State players. Huge fight breaks out. There's pepper spray happening. And it wasn't just there. It was literally like malice at the palace all across college, okay? Yeah. Same issues before Florida State and other rivalry games. What's the deal here, y'all? What's going on in college football to where they fighting over a flag on a logo?
You want me to go first, Bees, or you want to go?
I want you to go.
Okay. What's this head coach's name? Because I don't watch college football. Is it Day? What's his name? What's his first name, B? Ryan Day. Is he 0-4 or 0-5 against Michigan? What's his record?
Ooh.
He's 1-4 against Michigan. Now, mind you, this is a down year for Michigan, and this is a up year for Ohio State. Kayla, they were number 2.
Yeah.
Ranked number 2. They shouldn't have
Yeah.
lost this game.
Nah.
So if they need to be fighting anybody, they need to be fighting themselves. This was a
Literally.
moment where I would have said it'd been okay for them to fight amongst each other on the sideline or in the locker room. How do you lose this game, right? Like, all this stuff matters. So, you know, Bezo,
Yeah,
you can
man,
jump
I ain't
into the
gonna-
flags and stomping on the logos and all that, but Ohio State need to be mad at themselves.
Yeah, but
How y'all lose to Michigan?
but you know,
How y'all lose to Michigan?
they ain't supposed to lose to Michigan. No, ain't no way they're supposed to lose to Michigan. Number 2 team in the nation. Like, bro, Michigan is trash. And my boy Sharon is the head coach. Sharon, you better get it together, all right? You seen what they did to the last security guards. But hey, boy, on the flip side of that, hey, bro, if you don't want the flag planted on your field, don't lose. It's rivalry football.
Don't lose the
It's
game.
rivalry football, bro. I was just talking to my homeboy Deontay Thompson. He played for the Florida Gators back with Tebow and all them boys, and they was like, hey, man, if LSU or Florida State, they come in here and they beat us, they used to take the Gator head and run around with it and trash it.
Oh, that's too much. That's too much. No.
But it's
No.
Well, come on, time
football.
out though. Time out. I need you guys to mansplain to me what the big deal is about taking a flag and sticking it
It's
in the
your
grass.
fi-
I'm not
Well, that's-
understanding. Does it warrant a fight? Does it warrant a fight that then has pepper spray being sprayed on your players? All because somebody took a flag and stuck it in
It's
the
like
grass.
back in the day when you used
Yeah,
to watch
explain
that
to me the
movie.
significance.
No, it's like back in the day, you know, when you used to watch them movies, like them
Gladiators?
gladiator movies, and they go and get their flag.
yeah.
Ugh.
300.
You know what I'm saying? Like we got conquered. You know, all the blood, sweat, and tears that we spend on this field. Like, can't nobody come in our, like, as football, you can't come in our house. That's the ultimate thing in sports. Nobody can come in our house and beat us. And then you gonna put the flag in the middle of the field?
Yeah, but like you said, if you don't want the flag planted, don't lose
Exactly.
the game. It's
So
like
if
the
you don't want it
fragility
planted,
of the
don't
male
lose.
ego.
But
You so mad.
I'm giving you the
You
background,
so mad.
though, of what's happening, why we're having this fight.
No, here it is. Here it is, Kayla. Let me explain it to you. Football players are the most brainwashed people on the planet, right? So does it matter? It doesn't matter at all. At the end of the day, it's just a game.
No, it matters.
But you got to
It matters.
think about
It matters.
what is being planted in our head when you just a baby. Football is everything, right? And what Bezo's talking about, that's how we're trained. That's how we're conditioned. Oh, this is 300. Oh, this is Gladiator.
The Warriors.
If we just interviewed Brian Robinson, I can guarantee you, if you asked this question, it'd have been a yes. Hey, B, have you ever watched 300 or Gladiator before a football game, whether Little League, high school, or college, maybe even the pros? That's one of those things that we do. We get ourselves psyched out, and hyped to go into the game. So it's a respect thing, right? Like, we take a lot of pride in that logo. We take a lot of pride in our field, right? Think about it. Defend home field. So when you have a team come in, they do that. It's just extremely disrespectful. I mean, you got to understand, like, you know, you'll walk into some locker rooms and there's your team logo that sits there. You know how many dudes been beat up because they mistakenly touched or walked on the logo?
Can't walk on that logo. Walk around.
Walk on that logo. I just took Bezo. I'll say this last thing I'll say on this. I just took my kids this summer to USC, UCLA. We did a little college run out there in LA. And my son, he went into the USC locker room, took some pictures, wanted to see it, got some gear and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he walked on the logo.
Oh, man.
What
they say?
Hey, I thought they was going to beat my baby up. I said, yo, he don't know. I ain't teaching him.
He with me.
He with me. I said, let me teach him. They gave him a pass. But, you know, you got to train these kids up young because that logo means everything. You remember T.O. back in the day. T.O. almost got his head knocked off, right? Jumping and dancing on the star. Mm-hmm. So it's a thing in the NFL, it's a thing in sports, but it don't matter, Kayla, at the end of the day.
I never knew the significance of that. I remember, I think maybe a few seasons ago, Juju Smith-Schuster like danced on the, I want to say Chiefs logo. He was doing TikToks on somebody's logo.
He was doing TikToks.
Yeah, he doing TikTok. It's already bad you own the logo. You doing a TikTok on the logo. Man, get out of here, man.
But they didn't fight him. That's my.
No, they did go at his head about that. Somebody went at his head about that after, but they did. They got on him about that.
Yeah, but here's the thing. We didn't show the video here. I am shocked that no charges was pressed Because a lot of times when you get into fights like this,
Well, they
you
got
know,
fined.
and the
They got
police
fined. They
intervene.
got fined 100,000.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by them getting fined, but I am surprised that no one has been, you know, charged, right? Because the police jumped in. People are getting pepper sprayed. I don't know if y'all ever been pepper sprayed, but I don't even know how. Right? Like that was insane. That was a lot. That was a lot. That was one of the most. That was one of the most serious fights that I've ever seen in football.
Hold on, B. Kayla said she got pepper sprayed before.
Hold on.
We could just get through this really quick. It was by some girls. It was a little street. We was in the alley. They pulled out pepper spray. We ran the other way. That was it.
Oh,
when was this? Hold on. When was this?
College.
hey, but did they get you in the
No,
eyes?
tell us the story. Yeah.
They didn't. I saw the girl pull it out. Like they were trying to like reel us in. Like, oh no, come on. So we would run up on them. And before we even got to him, she pulled it out too soon. I said, spray! And we all just.
Oh man, was it over a boy?
No, it was because we got in a fight in the club.
Oh, okay. Was they
They were
hating?
waiting for us outside.
Okay.
To be honest, I don't even remember what the situation was. I just remember I was trying to de-escalate the situation. Somebody caught me in the back of the head.
Ooh. You got popped in the head.
I got popped in the head. I turned around and said, "Which?"
Oh man.
It took off. Okay, this is besides the point. Fighting in the club, understandable. Fighting on the field. Is there room for this in sports?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. Man, come on, cut it out. B. Once again, nobody under a helmet is really trying to hurt nobody. You got a helmet on. You punching.
Vontaze Burfict?
You punching a helmet, bro. What you gonna get out of that?
Pickens?
They ain't fighting.
Yeah, Pickens. What are you talking about?
Pickens. He's the only one.
Some people are trying to fight. Look, and that's a good point, y'all. That's our next topic because I think we kind of got the gist of this. But another guy that's steady fighting.
That's my boy, though.
Mr. Pickens himself. Okay, Brandon, your Steelers are rolling after another big win in Cincinnati. Shout out to Mr. Unlimited. Unlimited.
Yeah, they brought that back. Hey. Yeah. What Jesus say? What God meant, what man meant to harm you, God. What they say, Reese, Pastor Reese? What they say, Pastor Reese? Hurry up.
We got a passed on call.
What man meant for evil, God will turn around for your good. You had Russell Wilson out there. I don't know what my brother was doing. Mr. Unlimited, bro. Russ,
they need to pray.
Right.
And
now you got
Pickens.
your teammate coming and your teammate bringing it back, repurposing the content. Now we look like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, he is Mr. Unlimited. I like that. And thanks for that Bible verse, Pastor Reese.
He's Mr. Unlimited, and so is George Pickens. Okay, unlimited with the penalties and unsportsmanlike conduct calls. Bruh, it's tripping. Okay, Tomlin was asked about it after the game. Listen to this.
Going on with George with those unsportsmanlike. You know, he just got to grow up, man. It's an emotional game, man. These divisional games are big. He got a target on his back because he's George. He understands that. But he's got to grow up. He's got to grow up in a hurry.
You know, Pickens and Russ are having a really big year together. Something special is definitely transpiring in Pittsburgh. But Pickens is also getting a lot of attention from the officials. So, B, I want to know, what are you doing if you are in Pickens' situation?
Man, I'm listening to Coach Tomlin. I'll give you a story back in 2008, right? Like I just kept getting in trouble, right? And my situations are public. And one particular Wednesday, Jay Cutler had a press conference and they asked him a question about Brandon Marshall. And this is my guy, drafted the same year. This is my boy. We spent a lot of time together, you know, traveling, going to dinners. Like that was my guy. He was the quarterback. I was the wide receiver. He was drafted in the first round. I was drafted in the fourth round. We were inseparable. And then he looked in the camera and he said this: if Brandon continue to get in trouble, we're going to have to let him go. Bezo, that hit me.
That's Jay. He don't mean no harm.
But no, Bezo. What are we taught where we come from? Our culture?
You got to keep it in house. You got to keep it in house.
You keep it in the house. What happens in the home, stay in the home. So when he did that, I was hurt and I was angry. But the way he did it with the poise and the calmness, it made me stop and reflect. Like, damn, maybe he's right. Yeah. So this is what I would say. Coach Tomlin is right. And I love George. And his teammates love him. They love his tenacity. That's what makes him great. But what I learned year 4 of my career was what makes me strong also makes me weak. And this is what I would say to George, man. Like, bro, you a top 5 wide receivers. The stats don't say that, but you a top 5 wide receiver. You a dog.
Yeah, for sure.
Just don't be that guy, bro.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy. There's always a guy that F it up. We say, don't F it up. Don't F it up. Don't F it up. And what do I mean by that? There's 2 things. One, y'all are in position to win a Super Bowl. When we did the unpredictable predictions 4 weeks ago, everybody laughed at me when I said the Pittsburgh Steelers would be in the Super Bowl. Kayla Nicole Brown laughed at me. Bezo smirked at me. The producers on the show, Brian and Hollywood, laughed at me saying, "Oh yeah, that's a good one." Bro, it's real. What are y'all sitting here 9-3? Y'all got top 5 defense or top flight defense. Y'all got a team that can run the ball. Your running back is running with his hair on fire, and you got Mr. Unlimited. Bro, go do your job because these opportunities don't come back. They don't.
Right.
And then the second, your career, right? When you're labeled as one of those guys, right? The Gillettes, the Old Spices, the Oakleys,
messing up your money.
You messing up the bread. You messing up the bread. Sure. And so I'm saying this publicly, but I'll say this to you privately. And I love you, bro. Like, I love your game. I talk to Russ all the time. He love you. Everybody love you. And you know you him. But, bro, don't F it up. Don't be that guy. That's what I got to say about this, Bezo.
Hey, well, you got to understand, though, this the league, right? It's the league. You remember when you was in school and they had that little group of kids that they kept away from the population of all the other kids. You know what I'm saying? You got to think.
No, we don't know what you said. Tell the people what you said. There's only a couple.
It was a group of kids that they kept away from the population when you was in school because they bite people and they kick and they hurt people. You get what I'm saying? So they had to keep them separated. See, but now we done got grown and those kids are out here in the real world, not in the population, and they are having episodes like my boy when he be jumping up WWE rock bottoming on people. Yeah. So Mike Tomlin, being the coach that he is, knowing the different demographics that these kids that are coming in, because you got to think, kids in the league, a lot of them SLD. A lot of them is SLD. We all came.
A lot of people don't know what SLD. Slow
what
learning.
Is that?
Slow learning disability. They all got
I might have been in one or two of them classes.
They all was on somebody tried to put them on Ritalin or Adderall when they were kids. A lot of them on it now. You feel me? So you got to think. Hey, he done drunk Spark, Red Bull, Gatorade, took an Adderall, and he on the field. You can't mix all that stuff at one time. And then he do stuff like that. So, hey, man, Mike Tomlin know what to do, man. He got him. You see, he ain't really sweating now. When he says stuff like that publicly, but he's saying it like, yo, I want you to hear me now.
Yeah, and the reason why he's saying that, because Mike Tomlin is also the dude that when you do something like that, he gonna smirk, he gonna smile, because that's what he wants. Man, that's a football player. Let's be honest, Bezo. You know, the best, you just said it. The best football players, they toe that line, they go over the line. Man, they go over the line. That's the best football players. They don't.
To play the game, you gotta be a little crazy, okay? I'm just gonna tell you that right now. When you go watch football, you gotta be a little. You know what they used to tell me to do? Run down on kickoff at the 5 and run into them 200-300-pound linemen that's standing right there. You can't go around them. Only thing you can do is go through them. So guess what I gotta do? I gotta go do that. So you gotta be a little
But here's the thing about this, okay? Little crazy don't win championships.
No, I don't.
And Mike Tomlin and Mike Tomlin, and let me say it this way because I don't want to put the word crazy out there. A little off is good in becoming great as a football player, but a little off doesn't win you championships. And Mike Tomlin sees a championship right here on the horizon. Yeah. He sees it, and that's why he's making this comment. And brother, if you participate in a Super Bowl, and win a Super Bowl, your life is totally going to change. Yeah. And you just got to learn how to navigate that little off switch. Just once you navigate that, you're gonna be good. So Bezo, they need him to get this right because they really are in position to do something special this postseason.
Not for real.
Absolutely. I think just to piggyback off what you guys said, there's a delicate balance between being a disruptive force that really like impacts the game and then being a player that crosses into being a liability.
Yeah.
That's
and
right.
George is tiptoeing that line.
Yeah, he
of
almost
being a
there. He almost there.
Aaron Hernandez, he found a way to navigate the switch for real.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't get a lot of personal fouls.
Nah, he did what he
He
did
didn't
off
have
the
it.
field. He did what he
One of
did
my
off the
favorites.
field.
Right.
off.
And we not trying to dumb the situation down, but you got a guy like that that's just, you know what I'm saying? But then on the field, he was able to focus.
Yeah.
There's a way to use your personality and your antics, to get under the opponent's skin, shift momentum, you know what I mean? But you have to know when enough is enough. Okay, you're getting excessive penalties, you're getting texts, you're becoming a distraction. That's really hurting the team's performance. You got to keep the bigger picture. Focus on your team getting that win.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
And you can do what you do without getting flags. You can do what you do without getting flags.
Also that.
Got to just know when to stop. Hey, let him hit you second. He going to get the flag. You know how it goes.
Yeah, but the thing, but he's not thinking like that, man. When you're out there, when you responding is like you're sitting back and you're thinking. You lose. You're not a great football player, but when you react, because you're just like, oh man, like you see it, that's what makes you great. And so he's out there just reacting, and he got to learn how to respond quickly. Yeah. That's what he need to learn how to do, because he ain't thinking out there. Come on. That's what makes him great. Like, don't play with me.
Yeah.
Don't play with that boy. Can we throw up? Can we go back to the draft night, Guy and Shelly? When this dude was drafted, the man had, what they call those things?
What do you
They called a shiesty.
A shiesty man.
No, you didn't.
You ain't see it?
No.
Oh my goodness! Wait till you see this clip.
Hey.
Wait till you see this clip. Now you gonna know who we dealing with then.
Oh no, I know who we dealing with. I watch him every week.
The boy had a
gonna do something every week. Every week.
They calling his name Bezo. They calling his name. And for the 91st overall pick, whatever number it was, the Pittsburgh Steelers pick wide receiver out of Georgia, George Pickens.
Man.
And that boy was sitting there like this with a shiesty on.
On the couch? He was at the crib with shiesty on?
Oh, I can't believe y'all ain't see this. It was a viral clip.
No, I went back.
It was a viral clip.
Before that.
That's when Mike Tomlin should have known. He should have said, we got another one.
Mike Tomlin
gonna find one, Bezo.
Yeah, he gonna find one. Yeah, AB. Ain't nothing top that.
Mike Tomlin know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He know what he's doing.
Man, Mike Tomlin
Team Mike.
Seen that boy at Georgia. Seen him at Georgia. You see what he was doing at Georgia? He's doing the same stuff.
What he was doing,
the
bro.
same stuff. Just go look. He's doing the same stuff he's doing now. Mike Tomlin already knew what he had when he got him.
There you go.
All right, y'all. Are we good on this? Should we land this plane?
Yeah, we're waiting on you.
Oh, dang. I didn't know it was a me thing. That's it for all. Game Fits are next. But first, check out this content with Bezo visiting the Bills.
You see what's going on? We in the bitty. Fucking Jets. The fucking Jets. We here. You see what's on my shirt? The big quarterback soccer. And we at the game. Y'all see where we at? Hey, B. I'm in the Maybach chill. There you go, Sauce. There you go, Sauce. My nephew. That's my nephew. That's my nephew. That's my nephew.
Hey, man. Josh Bellamy here, man. After a big win, I need to see Aaron Rodgers. But if I can't get him, I'm going to the next best thing. Big Quentin. You hear me? That's what we going for. Stay tuned.
My dog, you know I had to come check you out.
I am athlete right here with Quentin Williams. Big Q, the big one, not the little one, the big one. This is my nephew. I just want y'all to know that, all right? Josh Bellamy right here. I am athlete with my boy Aaron Rodgers. What the people want to know is, after coming off an injury like that, that's almost some superhuman stuff what you're doing right now.
You know, when you face some adversity like this, it's just the power of will. I just wanted to come back so bad and be myself and get back on the field and play. Nothing was going to stop me.
Kayla, stop dancing. You don't know that song.
Hold on.
Actually, what song is it? Is it a sample?
Yeah, she don't know, Bezo. Bezo, you know the song?
What up?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we just watched her on the go.
Yeah, I know what song that is. It's on.
Tell
What song
Kayla.
is it?
Dun, 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 dun.
You don't know nothing.
He don't know.
He don't know nothing. But I know what time it is. It's time for game fits, y'all. Every now and then we like to drop the X's and O's and discuss a little bit of the yeses and nos of fashion from across the league. Y'all ready for this?
Let's do it. We got Maya on here.
Oh, Maya.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Maya's
I'm back.
joining us.
Ooh, Maya, the
Maya,
fashion
we missed you.
encyclopedia. Stop playing with her. Yeah.
I know you missed me. I know you listened.
Anything we
I'm
need
here to get it straight.
bring it in.
Mhm.
Yeah, because we need some more woman energy on the show. These two, I've had enough. Okay, y'all, first up, we've got Mr. Always Open Eagles wide receiver, A.J. Brown.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh, put him on the
AJ.
board. I don't
Pulled
know
up
what
with
he
the
was
no
wearing.
He went ET.
Huh?
No face, no case.
He went ET.
No face, no case.
That's that
I'm not really
ET.
sure where to start.
Extraterrestrial.
Hold on, really quickly. I don't know what he's wearing. That's what Kayla and Maya's for. But I'm gonna say this right now. This is top 5 all season. It's top 5 all season. Even how, like the colors, how they match, right? Like the gray and whatever that is, the white with the blue bag. Come on, man. This is top 5. This is different. That boy different. He played different. He dressed different. I love it.
Good.
This is a yes for me.
He went ET on us. He went out of space, extraterrestrial, baby. That's something we ain't seen yet. You feel me? I like it, man. The whole everything. He got the Ant-Man look, man.
I'm not sure about top 5. I'm not sure about top 5
At all. It's not even breaking top 100.
Hold on, what are y'all going for though? Hold on, but what are y'all going for? Like, we're talking about fashion, we're talking about self-expression, we're talking about different. We're talking like, what are y'all going for? Y'all just want like what, runway? What are y'all looking for? Tell me, Maya, what are you looking for?
We've seen too many balaclava hoodies. We've seen the shiesty masks. Like, put them away now. Like, it's time to switch it up. I think there's a new look now. I've seen it too many times. But I like how he's done the grays and then the blue. I agree with you on that. The go yard bags, I like it. That's cool.
But you ain't feeling the tone.
Yeah, what she said. What she said. Moving on. Next, we've got
That's
Deshaun
crazy.
of the Steelers. Are we voting yes or no on Deshaun? It's an all chocolate number.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't know about them
Looking like a
shoes. Them
Hershey
Whitney
bar.
Houstons back in the day. Them Whitneys. We can't wear them Whitneys. Them Whitneys. I know his feet hurt.
Hey, this looked like an outfit out of wardrobe from American Gangster, like 1970s. Not everybody can do brown suits. That's what you got to understand. Brown is bold, especially when you put on the formal wear, you put on the suit, right? And the boots may have thrown it off too. So I'm with Bezo there. I'm not gonna go as far as calling Whitney's Maya, but yeah, the brown is bold.
You
And
know
I just said no for me.
It's the pointed toe boot. That's what I think is throwing me off. If it was maybe a square toe, it could have worked, but pointed red boots, that's a bit crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna vote yes. I don't love a Chelsea boot either, but I do like the play with texture. We've got a little leather jacket, paired it with a tailored pant. I'll vote yes.
I like everything up top, just that shoe. The Whitney gotta go.
Right.
JB, does Kayla surprise you every single week on what she like, what she don't like? Is she a little confusing?
A little bit. Sometimes I think Kayla, but Kayla's on a different level of her and Maya of fashion than we are. B, you know what I'm saying?
What you mean we? Hold on. What you mean we?
I ain't gonna lie,
Thank you.
What you mean we? Yeah, we are. They are. They on a different level.
I like me. I like my fashion. What you?
I like my fashion. I'm just saying there's certain things that they looking for that we ain't looking for. Like that a man, be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna wear that. The girl be like, hold on, nah, that ain't really it right there. Like somebody should have told him that shoe wasn't the shoe. You know what I'm saying?
But it doesn't break the outfit. But speaking of next level in fashion, Ray McLeod is a guy who dresses every week. Okay, he always gonna put that shit on. Let's see what Ray was wearing this week. Uh-oh, Ray.
What you got, Maya? What that is? Maya?
Uh-oh. Hold on. Kayla, what you mean? Uh-oh.
I just feel like there's this rule, well, like an unspoken rule in fashion. You get dressed, and then before you leave, you take off one item, whether it be an accessory, whether it be a piece of clothing. And Ray should have took off one of them things. He looked like he grabbed everything in his closet and said, I got to put on the bandana and the tie and the glove and the jacket and the shoe and the pant and the bag and the... We get it.
He clean though.
Got options.
He clean.
Take one piece off.
He clean, yeah.
I'm with Taylor on that.
Without the bandana. The bandana is like, I don't know what the bandana.
Yeah, the bandana.
So is it yes for you, Josh?
Huh?
Yes for you.
Yeah, I like the fit. I just would have lost the bandana.
Maya, what's your vote?
It's a no for me. Too many accessories. I agree with you. But the jacket's cold now. That's a Louis coat. I like Louis. And I do feel like he's done too much, all these sparkles, like the rhinestone jeans and then the glitter on the tie and then the bandana. Yeah, he's like a disco ball here. I don't know.
What happening?
Can I ask the question?
No.
Would this be acceptable on the runway, Maya?
Without the bandana, yes.
Without the bandana, this is all this is. Like when an athlete walks into the arena or the stadium, it's only the runway. It's runway outfits. So I feel like sometimes like y'all confuse me because it's like, I wouldn't wear this to dinner. That's what I feel like y'all are saying in y'all head. Like I wouldn't wear this to dinner. I wouldn't wear this on a date. This is runway. This is a huge yes for me. And then you got a dude like this who put it on every single week. And he got to challenge himself. So I think that if he's not doing this, he's not pushing the limits. He's one of those dudes that I would say he's top 7
in the league.
No, he's top 5. He's top 5.
Yeah,
he's top 5.
He's doing it every week.
It's a yes for me. It's a yes for me.
All right, y'all. Next up, we have a Jalen Armour Davis of the Ravens.
Jalen Armour Davis for the Ravens. Okay, put that. No.
Street style vibes.
Okay.
Street style vibes. Maya, do you happen to know, we were trying to discuss earlier where this jacket is from? Because I've seen it. I've tried to get it.
This is House of Errors. This is one of my favorite British brands out right now. And he's paired it with these. This is like Who Decides War. Yeah, Who Decides War jeans. So it's a streetwear look. I love it. I love the way he's paired it together. This is definitely my favorite look of the week for sure so far.
Me too.
That's looking runway. That's looking runway, right, B? That's runway.
British.
No.
Say it right, Naya. Say it right. Don't say it right.
British.
How Maya be knowing all these brands? That's crazy. I like it. Look, I feel like fashion's in a little bit of a transition, but if you're transitioning, that means you're early and you're a trendsetter. This is streetwear. We've been in streetwear for 4 or 5 years, and I feel like dudes is getting more into the grown and sexy, if I can say that, on game fits, right? So it's cool, it's dope, but I feel like this ain't me. What I do love about this fit, Kayla, is how minimalist he is with what he's carrying. He just got his cleats. I always love that as a statement, like what cleats you're wearing in the game, walking in, or the shoes that you're wearing on the court. Walk in with those. Let us see it. Preview what you're wearing for game day. So I like that part of it.
I definitely prefer a cleat over a woman's handbag, which we have seen so much in game days. Let's cross over to the NBA. We start with Suns All-Star Devin Booker. This is a quintessential West Coast LA fit. When I used to go to parties,
he had the kickback.
I don't party anymore.
He had the kickback.
He had the kickback at the crib in the corner, and everybody's like, "Who is that?"
With the red cup.
Who's that?
With the red cup.
Maya, Devin Booker, I don't know if you've been following him over the last couple of years. He has mastered the art of simple.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Simple and strong.
And signature. Now, he has a signature look.
Yeah, he does have a signature look. He has like a uniform. So this is a big yes for me. Anytime a dude or anybody, any athlete out there find their look, their uniform, it's always a yes for me. I love this.
I love the way it's shaped. Like it's like this oversized look, And if we go back into the details, if we get like a closer shot of this, you'll see that this is herringbone woven wool. Like this is top level fashion stuff, right? Like the way it's fit.
Hold on, what is it? What is it?
Herringbone woven
wool. So you know herringbone chains? You know herringbone chains? It's basically that.
We're not worthy.
Fabric. Yeah.
We're not worthy to sit on a fashion segment with you. We're not worthy. Like this girl be knowing.
It's giving rich. Josh, what's your vote? Yes or no?
I like it. I like it. It's simple, laid back. I ain't doing too much. Hey man, and he got the legs out. The boy got the legs out. A lot of these dudes can't have the legs out. The boy got the legs out. That's right, boy. I see you.
The jean shorts are a huge trend right now. Let's jump over.
He got the
legs out. You know everybody can't walk around in shorts, bro. You know what I'm saying? He fly in the shorts. I like that.
Okay.
I like it. Let's jump over to Atlanta and take a look at Hawks superstar Trae Young.
No sir.
Okay, everybody on three. Yes or no? 1, 2, 3. No. Oh, Trae. Yeah, the head to toe army fatigue is giving major pain for me. All white Bezos or those forces. It's not for me.
Let me before we shift gears, Bezo, let me ask you a question. I want you to be Trae Young right now. Go into his mindset. What was he thinking getting ready for this game? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was he thinking? Like, you Trae. Talk us through it.
Me, Trae, in that outfit, me thinking, I would be saying right now, I'm probably thinking he's thinking like, hey, yo.
No. I want you to walk us through it. This is role play. You in the closet. You Trae Young.
Okay, hold on.
What?
Okay, but I feel where he's going, though. I see. I know where he's going. He ain't going there, but I know where he's going.
This is game feet. This is game
feet.
Yeah.
I know where he's going. I know where he's going. You know, he was in there. He was like, yo, you know, that I could put this on, but I don't really want to do too much. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Ooh, he got the jacket, but he unzipped it and the pants was inside. So he said, you know, when you see your jacket in the closet, I'm gonna put this on, but the pants inside. What the hell is this? You feel me? Shit, that must have been meant for me to wear this. He went and got the put that shit on, man. He went to the game. You know how it be, dog. You look in the closet, you see that hoodie, you ain't never find the pants.
Surprise!
Inside the jacket. Right. Man, I ain't wore this shit forever, man.
Maya, is there anything he could have done that, could have, brought it out a little bit? Like anything?
He looked like he going paintballing. That's what this is. I don't know what.
Ooh.
Yeah, he could have put on some leather boots. He should have put on some leather boots and just completed the look. And a whistle around his neck. Get out of here, buddy. Okay, we have a bonus fit for everybody. Brandon. From the mountains of Vail. Okay. Were you in Vail or Aspen?
Look at that boy.
I was in Vail. I'm a Vail guy. Yeah.
Big.
Hold on. I'm gonna let Maya have it. Go ahead, Maya.
First of all, I seen the off-white poncho. I said, yeah, you got to be a pro to be snowboarding with that, because you can't get that. You can't get that snowy. Like, you can't get snow on that. It's gonna ruin it. So you know that.
Right.
Brandon must really know how to snowboard.
Man, that's
Josh. We need to start asking for more money.
That's the Harry Potter sorcerer.
The budget is big. Okay?
No, I invested in that like
Harry
2 years ago.
Sorcerer of snowboards. Yeah.
Hey,
B, that been hitting too. B, you know, what was you thinking when you was looking at that dude with that camera?
Hey. I said, I'm going to come around this bend real quick. I'm going to hit this tree like to the left, and then I'm just going to smile at the camera because I know this is the shot. I knew this was the shot. Sometimes you just know.
Ooh,
man, I've been holding this fit for 2 years, bro.
Oh, yeah.
When I tell you I've been holding this fit for 2 years, I don't even know where I found this off-white poncho. It may have been at Nordstrom's. It may have been Nordstrom's preparing to go up to the mountains, and I saw it. I was like, I got to have it. And I lucked out. Shout out to Max out in Vail. He's a videographer, photographer that just captured my whole week. and we got a couple fits. So shout out to him, man. I really felt good in this fit.
You did your big one.
You did.
B, do you want to shout out a couple other guys too? I know that.
Oh yeah. Yes. Kayla, why y'all always missing the bigs? Like, we call them bigs, pause, right? Like the offensive linemen, defensive linemen, we call them bigs, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go to the.
That's
what you call them?
Sexy.
Big six.
Big bad
Big. I ain't gonna say all that, but look, we never talk about the big dogs, and I just want to say we see you, and both of them potentially is top 10. I've been saying that all day. But this is for real. This is Laramie Tunsil, left tackle for the Texans. This dude is the real deal. And this is back in the day. Like, this might have been in the summertime. And then you got Devon Gottschall.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go. My brother, he always doing something. This boy be in Paris. He's always putting something on. So, Maya, can we please start showing love to the big dogs? Please. I'm talking about the 300-pound plus guys. They be dressing too.
Hey, because it's hard for them to find sizes.
I was gonna say
so
that.
for a big boy to be fly, hey boy, you doing it.
Yeah. There you go. Two dudes that's really doing it. That's 300 pounds plus, and also, they can compete with the little dudes as well.
Absolutely. Well, that is it for Game Fits. Behind the Headlines is up next, but first check out more from Brandon's conversation with Shady McCoy.
But I want to start off with some life stuff, man. Like, what's your greatest achievement? My greatest achievement for me is being able to, like, show my children, like, all the things that LaShawn McCoy is. But the best achievement is, like, I can show my kids, like, hey, man, go back to my old neighborhoods, right, and show them the impact I'm doing where I'm building affordable housing. Right? You said, I asked you the question, basically, when you became a man, and you said when your career was coming to an end. Yeah. If I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, I feel like you just morphed into that. Yeah, he was good, but he was nowhere close to me. Like, this interview is like, I feel like we should have candles and dim lights. You know what I'm saying?
You know my vibe.
Curtains, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, that's what we need.
All right, fellas, it is time to go behind the headlines, have some deeper conversation about some of the biggest trends and headlines across the world today. We're going to jump into a conversation about, Kyrie, Kai Cenat, his Mafia-thon. I don't know, are you guys familiar with that?
That thing was
Kai
crazy.
Cenat and his stream. Yeah. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched pieces of it. That thing was lit, though. We had everybody on there. Kai the biggest, man.
Yeah.
Kai the biggest, bro.
Yeah. For our listeners that don't know, Kai is, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm really not that familiar with Twitch, but it's a streaming service. Essentially, Kai Cenat is one of the biggest streamers in the game. He broke the record this weekend with over 700,000 streamers.
The biggest. Yeah. The biggest. He went.
And these are people that are subscribing.
Yeah. Okay. Subscribing and paying too.
Yes. So he broke his own record that he was trying to create, doubled it, right? And then it's now at 700 or 600?
700,000. He is the number one biggest streamer in the Twitch community right now with 700,000 plus paying subscribers.
Shout out to him. So he was streaming for 30 days straight. Streaming, which means he's online, tapped in to these people watching him for 30 days. During this 30-day period, he had several guests coming in and out of his house. I believe there was Kevin Hart, he had Kyrie Irving, and the conversation that he had with Drewski was a part of it.
Did y'all see that one with him and with him and Drewski and Kevin Hart, bro?
Kevin Hart.
Hey, bro, he told Kai, he said, bro, your skin look dead. You need to go to sleep.
Dead. No, literally, it's like after all of this, that man is in his house streaming for 30 days straight. It's truly incredible. But the conversation that he had with Kyrie was really special if you guys didn't get a chance to check that out. But Kyrie basically talked about his relationship with Kobe Bryant. In the live stream, he shared a really heartfelt story that he had with Kobe and basically on his life philosophy. He recalled when Kobe advised him back in 2016 to basically isolate himself, to better understand who he was and really focus on achieving personal greatness. So I'm interested to know, guys, as athletes, is this a lifestyle that you have adapted to as well, or adopted in your own practices, essentially isolating yourself to elevate yourself?
Yeah. When you an athlete,
well, Bezo, you was in the hole for a little bit, wasn't it?
Man, come on, man, stop. Isolation,
like literal isolation.
No,
How was
That's
that?
real though.
I wasn't.
23
I
on one.
wasn't.
The boy was 23 on one.
No,
That's
but
real.
hey, but you got to go through that, and I feel like, man, what I went through, man, it gave me a sense of balance, bro. You know, like when we athletes, bro, we build egos. We get, you know, we get up in our higher self, and it's like sometimes if you go to the store, right, and you go pick up a bottle of orange juice, and you look at it, and all the ingredients is at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes, man, you got to get back to just complacency, and you got to get back to that level, shake that bottle back up. So I feel like every athlete go through that when they just gotta, hey, yo, I gotta get off of social media. I need that level of balance. I gotta come back down, you know what I'm saying, to get the things that I want done to get done. You know what I'm saying? So I can't do that if I'm always on social media, always in the world, into the worldly things. Hey man, let me get back in the Bible. Let me, you know what I'm saying, pray. When I wanted things to change for me and I wanted a new contract and I was fighting with them people, you know what I did? I started getting up in the morning at 5 a.m. and getting on my knees and praying for things to change. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we worship in these social medias. We get social media more time than we get a God. You feel me? And I feel like for Kyrie is one of them dudes that understands that. Like it's a lot of people that don't understand the difference between social media and the real world. It's a lot of us living in false reality, and there's some of us that's living within the real world. So that's my thing. You know, so that's how I feel about that situation.
I think it's ironic too, to your point though, Josh. Just last week we were talking about how corny it was or silly it was that Braun was like announcing his departure from social media.
Yeah.
But when you compare it to this conversation though, I think it's honorable, it's necessary, and like you said, sometimes it's required, right? Elevation requires separation.
Yeah.
Meaning, you know, it demands growth, focus, discipline. You have to remove those distractions so that you can really hone in on what your goals are. And even though I'm not an athlete, I certainly can relate to logging out social media.
Yeah.
Going outside, touching grass, because there's life happening beyond social media. We lose sight of that in today's time.
See, and the difference between LeBron's situation and this situation that we talking about, LeBron, okay, you getting off because you trying to basically kind of like prove a point or whatever. This situation is I'm getting off for me to find me, my inner self, myself, whatever, trying to find myself, who I am. Because in sports, when you think about, bro, like in B, you know, especially in Chicago, but you're going to go through a lot when it comes to social media, playing in the game and dealing with the media. Bro, to be a great athlete and to be a pro, bro, you got to be able to deal with the media. So if I can get away from that and I can find the balance and know who I am, who cares what the media say? It's not going to affect me because I've already, you know what I'm saying, prepared myself for this.
Right. Let me.
Is that healthy though? Like, is that good?
Yes, it's very healthy
to isolate yourself.
It's very healthy. Sometimes isolation is not always bad because how could I ever get to somewhere that I want to get to if I'm never by myself, thinking to myself, if I'm always around people, listening to their opinions and whatever they got going on and their problems? How could I ever think to myself? Bro, I get up in the morning and just take a walk my dog in the morning at about 6 in the morning and walk my yard, walk the dog and think to myself.
For me, it could be extremely scary to go into solitude or be in isolation. But if you're off track, think about a journey, think about a road, right? If you feel off track, a lot of times we're trying to force our way back on the road, right? We got to do more. We got to say more. And there's power in disappearing. Now, I think there's like a viral clip on social media that talks about disappearing for 30 days, 60 days. But look, it could be 30 days. It could be 6 months. But there's a lot of power in that. If you are a little lost, you're a little confused, life might be a little chaotic, go isolate a little bit. Not isolate, excuse me. Go get into some solitude and see what happens there. It happened for me, and it's been beautiful.
A good conversation about the difference and the importance of separation. It's not always about loneliness, but it's also about purpose. And a guy that's really trying to seek out his purpose publicly in the headlines these days is Nick Cannon. He had a recent revelation about his narcissistic personality disorder diagnosis. Ooh. He's been really vulnerable, and I think, honestly, really powerful too conversation. So shout out to Nick for being open and transparent and sharing this part of his life with us. But despite his initial confusion about the label, he's now embracing therapy and mental health work as a path to healing and self-awareness. He's really setting an example for others. And I know, B, you have been really transparent about your mental health journey. I know we got to keep it real, though. We can't
gotta keep it real with him.
Never talk about ours.
Talk about it.
Yeah, I just talk about it. He said, talk about it.
Right.
Hey.
How did? Go ahead.
B, you know how to be deeper. Dive a little deeper.
Yes, say more.
Receive it.
Say more.
Receive it.
Hey, they be at there. You be at therapy, Kayla, be like, so how did that make you feel?
No, for real. I'm in therapy too. I'm in therapy too, so I know. Absolutely. I need therapy just like the next lady. But I wanted to know, B, how did your diagnosis change the way that you viewed yourself and your relationships?
Dang. So let me say this, right? Like,
take it there.
Y'all might have to pull it out of me. I'll say, he said, let's go. So let me say this. I think a lot of people know that mental health is near and dear to my heart. It affects all of us. And, I'm not saying this to brag or boast, but, I was one of the first athletes, to talk about this and champion this conversation. So it's a real thing. And a lot of people are afraid of the process or may not understand therapy. And the way it looks is when you are diagnosed and not self-diagnosed, because a lot of us are, we go around saying, oh, this person's this person's that, or I'm this, I'm that. No. There's a process. And even Nick Cannon, he went through a process, and that's a clinical evaluation. You'll spend 2 to 3 hours answering a series of questions. We're talking about 250 to 300 questions. And that's how they determine what you may be dealing with or suffering from. So Nick Cannon had to go through a series of questions for several hours to get to this. And so when you look at the word narcissist, it talks about, to have a high level of like interest in yourself and help me out here. Admiration, for oneself. And if I'm being honest here, I struggle with this a little bit because at the age of 40, I'm finally getting to a place where like I'm super confident and in love with myself, right? And we talk about the power of words. We talk about the power of affirming yourself, and we teach our kids and ourselves to look in the mirror and say, I love you, or you're special, you're beautiful. And so how do you do that and then turn around and try to dumb yourself down? So I do struggle a little bit with that. I do believe more of us need to walk around looking yourselves in the mirror and say, no, I'm him. I'm her.
But why you got?
But I think but to my point though, Bees, I'll throw it back to you. But I do think that this is and I can't really dive into it because I'm no professional, no clinician. But I think he's struggling with something a little bit more because, we all know publicly, like he has this vision of having several baby mothers and several kids, and he has several kids. I don't know what that is, right? So I think that we have to look at this word a little differently.
Yeah. I think, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Why you can't love yourself, bro? Like, why you can't be that dude? Like, why I can't think highly of myself? Why I gotta always think highly of everybody else around me? I can think highly of the people around me, but I can't think highly of myself. It's a difference from being conceited, and it's a difference from being, you know what I'm saying,
confident.
So I'm not cocky, I'm not conceited, which we can be at times, and I think everybody can be at times. But bro, I think highly of myself. Guess what? I'm up.
Yeah, but Bezo, if you sit down with a clinician, a professional, and they ask you about yourself, and you say, "I'm him, I'm her," you're gonna say, oh, "Okay, narcissist."
Well,
you understand?
No. Okay, wait, time out.
Hold on.
Let's go to the facts, because if you Google it, because I was great, Brian, we can hear you typing now. Brian,
hitting at me.
All right. So before we had this conversation, I went and I Googled specifically what is a narcissistic personality disorder, because I was unclear. Because I do agree with the perspective of there's nothing wrong with feeling yourself, big up in yourself, having confidence. There's nothing wrong with that. But by definition, the disorder is a personality disorder characterized by an exaggerated sense of self-importance, a need for admiration, and a lack of empathy for other people. So the self-confidence part is really the most minimal quality of this disorder. I think that the biggest things that stand out in this is this exaggerated sense of self-importance. You think that you are so much of the main character, Nick Cannon, that you deserve to go around this world impregnating women left and right.
The women gotta let them quit. The women gotta let them do it first. He just can't just run around here just magically popping them out. They letting them do it.
On the person, you can't blame that on a disorder either. Like, that's just him as a man. Like, he just want to show out.
No, but I think that it's the level of detachment. Yeah, it's exaggerated, it's extreme, and it's not realizing that, okay, hey, this is a little off. Then on top of that, doubling down, a need for admiration, and a lack of empathy for other people. Also the issue that I have, because the conversation that he has all the time is, like you guys said, it's my choice. These women are volunteering. Nobody's being held against their will. It takes two to make a baby. But my issue is the lack of empathy that he has for these women once he leaves these homes with these babies. What about them? What about your child? What about the people that you're leaving behind? So I truly admire and commend him for publicly stating now that I have a narcissistic personality disorder and I'm trying to work on it so that more people can fall in line behind him, because a lot of people need to be diagnosed with this, to be honest.
I just think there's levels to it, right? Like, I think like a guy like Nick Cannon, clearly there's something going on here, right? And this is the results of clinical evaluation. But I also think that there's a huge challenge, for those that look themselves in the mirror and believe in themselves, that are confident, that will say, like I said before, I'm him, I'm her, right? I am the best at what I do, right? Because we talk about this all the time, the power of words. We look ourselves in the mirror all the time, or a lot of us do, and we speak life over ourselves. And if you sit down with a clinician and you say what you probably say in the mirror, that we're taught to say in the mirror, there's a strong chance that they'll say you're narcissist.
Yeah, they run to brainwash you, though.
That's my challenge there. That's my challenge there.
Because think about it, right? My kid go to play sports, right? And you know how kids is in the ghetto. We came up in the ghetto. Hey, bro. And you go out there and you listen to this group of kids and how they play football and how they talk. They can say, oh, man, they over cocky. These kids are out of control. No, that's just how they came up. And just because you didn't come up the way that they came up don't mean that it's wrong. No, that's just the way they play the game.
No, I'm speaking to something very specific here. And Kayla, you shook your head a little bit. So let's have what you think. What are you thinking?
Well, I want to make sure that I'm clear. Are you saying that therapy, I don't know who said it, so that they're forcing these ideas on you and they're brainwashing you?
No, what I'm saying is if you go through a clinical evaluation, and I'm so please, this is a real conversation. And this
I think that
popular, especially coming from a guy who champions mental health.
I just experienced it, though. I think that's the difference. You have to speak to your experience, because I have never been clinically diagnosed for anything. I do go to therapy, but in your situation, do you feel that you were either misdiagnosed, or do you feel like they put a title on something that they shouldn't have put a title on? Like, what's your experience? But you have to speak to it, because I haven't, and it's no judgment. It's no judgment. But I just think.
All right, so here's what Kayla is talking about. She's trying to go deep. She's trying to go specific. All right, so here's the situation. 2011, right? I went through this clinical evaluation, and the thing that we talk about publicly is borderline personality disorder. And the thing that I haven't talked about publicly is I was also there was a conversation around narcissism. But the challenge was, and this was the situation in 2011. I am the highest paid wide receiver, right? You turn on ESPN First Take or Sports Center, and they talk about the top 5. I was not in the top 5. I was in the top 2. Is it Brandon Marshall? Is it Larry Fitzgerald? Is it Andre Johnson, right? And so when she started asking me questions about my career and things that I do and how I think about myself, I was like, yo, I was told I was one of the best. I am one of the best. So I feel like there was there was some gray there for me, and it made me think, and that's why I never connected with it, right? Because I'm someone who walks around. I treat everybody with respect when they deserve it. You know, I'm humble, right? But I do know who I am. So, yeah, that was the situation.
B, to that point, I do not think that a diagnosis defines you. You know what I mean? I think that a mental health diagnosis is something that's supposed to be a tool to help you to understand and address your challenges. It's not your whole identity. You know what I mean? It's describing like a set of symptoms or behaviors, but it doesn't capture your entire personality. So yes,
100%.
You know, Nick was given this diagnosis. You may have been given this diagnosis. That's not who you are entirely.
Oh,
I think
goodness.
that you are giving, when you're giving these, okay, not you. Anyone that has been, I don't think that it has to become your identity. It's supposed to be a tool to help you figure out your life, which therapy essentially is too. You know what I mean? People go to therapy to get the answers, and then you go to therapy and you realize your therapist is telling you have all your answers. All your answers are within you. You need to figure yourself out.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
And then before we close out here, I think the bigger question is, because Nick flat out said, I need help.
Mm-hmm.
What would be your word of advice to him to get through this time period of his life?
Oh, man. To me, that is 50% of it, right? So I go back to 2011 when I spent 3 months in an outpatient program at McLean Hospital, and it was transformative for me. And I automatically got 50% better, if not more, when I actually got the diagnosis. But to receive the diagnosis, I had to be willing. I had to be honest, right? So like, he's already winning by saying, I need help. A lot of us are afraid to do that, right? And then you have to do the work. And the only advice I would give him, Hollywood, is it's hard work, but just be consistent and show up. That's it. You just got to be consistent and show up. But it's some of it's one of the best things that you can ever do for yourself, your kids, and he got a lot of them, right? And they need him to be well.
I like that.
I love that. All right, y'all. Well, that is going to do it for our episode of I Am Athlete Daily. We will catch you next time.
I'm here so I won't get fined. We talking about practice.
Come see me. I'm about that.
If it's going to be an interview, I'm going to conduct it. So I'll answer my own questions.